Stand by for contact.
Ladies and gentlemen, boils and ghouls, welcome Dylan, son of a bitch. Evil is as evil does it. I believe in wicked. I believe in immorality. I believe in vice and sin, selfish acts of vanity, unknowingly cause. In evil I believe.
Available for download on Reverb Nation.
I'm a teacher, drinking master, my liver is plaster, my mind's faster and brighter the pastor, oh yeah. I'm a disaster, but my blasters fail and I cancer.
Guests of Cult of Contempt experience fine accommodations, including running water, gourmet cuisine like this gluten-free sandwich, and for your sexual pleasures, visit our stinky basement of doom. If you're in the need of an audio production guy, look no further than Dylan Lowry.
Dylan!
Contact him at this address.
You son of a bitch.
What's up, freaks?
What's up, groovy people? You're listening to the Cult of Contempt.
Hi guys, Jim Cook here. This is Dylan.
Dylan is joining us.
Hello.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
I'm so
running
glad
a
to have this
counter.
guy here.
I'm running a counter on how many times we actually hear that today. We heard it twice in the open, and now you did it. That's the third time.
But the best part, which is the part that Paul always left out in this, is "you son of a bitch," and then they do this like super
Oh no, we
duper
always
macho.
did it at Clash Bar.
You guys-
and we would fucking clamp arms and flex.
You guys did it.
He was Carl Weathers.
Are we clamping arms?
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
We're all sweaty and shit. He's Carl Weathers.
Right?
Yeah, he's Dylan. I get to be Schwarzenegger. You get to be Shane Black. You get to be Jesse the Body Ventura. And
Nice.
bunch of slack-jawed faggots around here. You get to
something I would say.
sexual tyrannosaurus, just like me. You get to tell that joke where the guy's like talking about how his wife's pussy has an echo, and then the Indian guy laughs, the Native American, and then the predator uses that laugh to lure them to a trap. Yeah, the predator fucking rocks.
Yeah, it does. The first one is
That's why I'm glad Dylan's here, because he was into Predator.
he is the
Carl Weathers.
All right, for the audience who doesn't know, Dylan was a sound guy over at the Clash Bar.
He's my favorite sound guy besides myself.
Really? Who's
Right.
your favorite? Wow.
Well, yeah.
How many
I think
sound
so.
guys are we talking in that pool?
There's about 3 others.
There's 3 others. I like them too.
Nice. Nice.
The thing that a lot of people don't realize that I finally figured out was that the sound guy at the Clash Bar was you also had a role to keep things moving on time, which is really fucking hard. It's
a great way to
he
get
always
tips.
fucking yeah. Oh, you got tips?
Fuck yeah, yo, I'll give you $20 if you cut these guys. All right.
Wow.
Fucking all the time. We clean up.
Yeah.
That never happened one time.
Okay, I was like, wow, how would that work? It would be really awkward.
Yo, I got a sweet G note here. You cut these guys up. What you want, man?
No, but Dylan, like the first day I met you, he was riding your ass with that Dylan, you son of a bitch joke all fucking night.
The whole night.
You ignored him, did your job, moved things along. There was that Alexa night, and you're like, oh my god, you're gonna let all these people talk, and I'm like, this one's alright, she does spoken word, she'll keep it short. And you were like, and I don't know, I just
Consummate professional.
Exactly, that's what I'm getting at.
He's a mensch.
He's a professional.
Yeah.
Not like B. Brian Blair, that son of a bitch. Iron Sheik. I love Iron Sheik.
Would you lay down for him?
I never lay down for the B. Brian Blair. He's a piece of shit, motherfucker. I put him in the chemicals, I'll break his back, and then I'll fuck his ass. Make him humble, old country way. Fuck the B. Brian Blair.
Like,
Fuck him.
But he was tougher than Volkov.
No. He wasn't.
Sorry. Anyway.
We just derail shit.
I
For the
just wanted
first
to see how long
I we torture each other.
pretty much.
Fair deal.
We torture each other?
I think so.
We just
I
throw
think-
shit out there.
Yeah.
That's the kind of toss shit out
Hey,
there.
you guys want to eat a roast cookie?
Nope.
Oh, the last time I heard that joke,
No, it's not like pea. It's egg yolk.
we're not gonna jack off on it, are we?
No,
'Cause I'm
it's
not
just
into
made of
that,
egg
dude.
yolk.
Is there
Chinese.
All right. So just in
Chinese.
case,
All right.
That's the barf bag.
that's the
The barf bag.
All
Where
right.
did you
So
get these?
I was doing a demo of them, and I kind of got addicted to them.
You like?
And they're really not that bad. They're like 50 calories. Salt stuff is like
What is
47.
this?
It's a duck egg. It's salted duck egg flavored
Whatever.
cookie. What do you think?
No, that's fine. Tastes like an egg.
Just like a biscuit.
Well, it's kind of funny though. Like all this shit's made of egg, and now we have egg flavor egg. So isn't that like a hat on a hat? That's why I thought it was absurd, and I wanted to bring it up.
Tastes like any biscuit.
Pretty much.
It's kind of nice flaky crust, but the aftertaste is kind of weird. Because it's like sweet, salty, and savory all at the same time.
What were you demoing these for exactly? Like, what's?
A company just for people to buy them?
It's like it's like an Asian kind of market, or
No.
so anybody can.
It's a
buy-
place with a it's a place with a
Yes,
distribution.
Phil, white people can buy it too.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, like, do you think they will? Like, I don't know. That doesn't seem like. I just don't
It
think
was-
a biscuit when I go out to the store.
Right. No. That's why they're sampling them because
Doesn't
most
occur.
people won't. But I don't know. In this day and age, there's just so many foreign things available now to us, and the store location where I was is kind of like a. Like a UN, and it's really close to like Fort Lee, where there's a big Korean population. And I noticed with Asian people, if they try it, like it, they'll buy it on the spot almost every freaking time. Most of my sales is, and I like that, and I think that takes them back to their marketplace. And
Jim Cook, a friend of the Asians.
my niece is Asian; she's from China. She likes me.
You need more than one friend of any race, or else you still like kind of racist.
Really?
Yeah.
I have like 10 sisters. I could have opened a sweatshop. My dad got so mad when I said that.
And then there's a whole new level of racism. That's all.
It's not racism. They have little hands. It's good for sewing. It's practicality.
So if any of my friends listening, want to try
It's not
this-
just Asian kids. It's any kids, Phil. You made it racist.
Just put them in a sweatshop. Any kids.
Any kids. Yeah, they're great at sewing.
So can we move on from the racism?
Yeah, let's go into how children should work harder.
Is that what?
In factories.
No, this kid works hard as fuck. This kid was always hustling, and he worked harder than I did at the Clash Bar. That's why I liked him.
How did you get into the whole sound man deal?
through college, really.
Okay. You took music or
Yeah.
electronics?
Yeah, music production.
Where'd you go?
At Bergen Community College,
Nice.
where I really got involved with wanting to do live sound, and like specifically was from just like that would be like what was going on at the community college. And then at one point I linked up with this one guy, Ben, who is the lighting guy for the Pink Floyd tribute band, The Machine.
Oh shit, that's not a small gig. That's like a fucking masterpiece of lighting and sound, actually.
They've been
yeah.
around forever too.
Yeah. So
cool.
So when he was at my school, I kind of like just talked to him a bunch, and he gave me his email, his card, and later on that summer I was like, hey, I just, any opportunity, any little thing I could like intern or whatever, like please, like that'd be really awesome. And he's like, well, I can't like promise any like hours for school or whatever, but like why don't you just hop on some stuff, we'll see what happens.
That's awesome.
And I was wrapping cables, I was trying, like you talk about hustling, so I was hustling really hard, and he's like, all right, we got some machine gigs coming up, so you should come on to them. And then like today I like go to like this past couple like months ago, North Carolina. Yeah, with an orchestra gig.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and
Nice.
yeah, a bunch of places. So that's still in the up. Speaking of him, he actually gave me some equipment now, so I have more than like what I previously had.
Cool.
So now I do this as a freelance, like promoting this, and my new page is like, I have my own stuff. So
That's not cool,
if there's
man.
a venue or a bar that doesn't have sound equipment, bring my own. Like,
So you're living the dream.
Yeah, and you
Bring
know
mine.
your shit too. That's the best because you know your gear. Like,
Well, now I do.
Yeah.
Before it was a little like newish, and then I like messed around with it. But yeah, I mean it's
yeah. Once you realize how it all, like, I remember getting my PA and like,
yeah, it's like what?
it's like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, now I got it.
Yeah,
That's so
now I
simple.
can look at any
Yeah, exactly.
PA and be like, okay, this goes here, plug it in, fucking everything will work.
Well, so it was like I never was so used to like passive stuff, but it only really took me like an extra minute of being like, oh, pff, duh, and I'm plugging in the wrong thing or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like doing electronics though on the fly, on the run, like troubleshooting. I get so like I worked for DJ companies and stuff. I
Right.
get so like freaked out. Like
Yeah.
I just don't feel like I have the time to do the troubleshooting. But
Well, nobody knows you're troubleshooting.
exactly. That's what
Except
you gotta
sometimes
keep in
the
mind.
band,
Don't
when
act
all of a
like you
sudden
do.
something drops out, it's like, whoops, wrong one.
Yeah,
Pop it back up.
yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
Right. And then when it came to Clash Bar, that was something. Well, I started at Debonair actually, of like the places to start be doing.
Formerly
sound.
Mexicali.
Yeah, and I've been there to like
Oh,
enjoy shows.
okay, so you
I was
started
in
off at a
high
pretty
school.
big venue then.
I was actually like besides college and that guy Ben, it was I was in a high school band, so before even all that shit, it was like out there playing. Clash Bar was one of the like first venues that we played at.
Yeah, what band?
And this band called iRadius. It was just
Iradius.
yeah, it's ancient now. But
Is it out there?
Nah, yeah, not really.
If you had music, I would have used it in some goofy way. In
Yeah,
the show,
let's
man.
use something that's like
30 years old.
That's what I love. Like
30. I'm not even 30.
I know.
I'm the fucking garbage man or the Junkion from
Right.
the Transformers of like audio and video clips. I'll use anything. I don't fucking.
Transformers was a show where these robots turned into
He knows what the Junkions are, right? Wait, you know the Junkions are. Oh my God! What
Yeah,
Wait, how
yeah,
old are you?
oh my
Wait, when were you born? Wait, all right, what year did you graduate high school?
2003.
Oh fuck me, you're
Wow.
old. I mean, I'm old. Wow.
Graduated college
Yeah,
in 2001.
I graduated 10 years before you, which makes me old as fuck.
So I was
but
born in
Leary got
95.
started in his
born in
career at 47.
95. Wow.
Yeah.
That's mind blowing.
So that's cool, man. So so you're doing like the freelance thing now. You're like living the life. Like you're traveling all over doing this shit, or what?
Just traveling with the machine, and that's like
Cool.
when that sort of I'm their backup guy, I guess.
Yeah.
But everything
Yeah,
else.
head down, keep doing your job.
Yeah,
You'll
exactly.
get it.
But
You have
like-
a nice
Plus, you're so
personality,
young,
so
man.
yeah.
But with the freelance, it's given me like I'll work for like weddings. I'll
Yeah.
do a bunch of weddings at a time, and then I'll be
So
at
you can
a.
spin as well.
I can what?
Can you spin as well when you do the weddings? Like, do you DJ as well? Like, do you play the music and beat mix and all
I
that?
definitely don't do that. It would
Okay.
just be an iPad mix it when the band's not playing, or the DJ's not. Well, the DJ would probably.
Oh, okay. You
bring
just
her
did
around
the sound for the actual venue.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh yeah. No. The only.
You can also could probably make a few bucks here and there helping out like friend bands if they needed somebody in the room with
Already in there
DIY.
too. Yeah, I do
You could
that.
probably
as well,
yeah,
you know.
because like anybody who DIY, it's always good to have another intelligent person in the room.
Of course.
Who has audio experience, so you
Yeah.
don't make mistakes.
That's
and-
good.
I really
Any
want-
audio person. They don't even have to be intelligent. You just need a body that's like, don't fuck this up.
And I would love to see more of that happen where it already is.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah. So, it's just, now it's like, since no more Clash, and I was juggling some venues before, like going into Clash. But then at a certain time it was just Clash, and I was pretty okay with that because the freelance was like up and up. But Clash over, I still freelance, and I'm working at this Jewish community center now, and I start maybe something tomorrow with this independent company. But it's probably time I should look for another venue.
That's kind of how I got started too, was like freelance, and I was kind of just like, I'll do fucking anything right now. I was young, I was hungry, I worked 10, 12-hour days and shit like that. Worked my way up, and like, yeah, I mean, you can land somewhere, a little bit later in life where you're kind of like enjoying yourself because you built that skill level that you wanted when you were hungry, or when you could live at home for a little while until you can get your shit straight.
That's
and like
the position I'm in, right?
That trajectory really worked well for me. So yeah, look ahead, things will look bright if you really develop your skills and shit like that. But it's also kind of an adventure because you're kind of like, well, I don't know what I'm gonna get next.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's feast or
that's
famine,
so-
and sometimes it's like you finally find some shit that's steady and you're all right. But and then sometimes it's just hand to mouth. But like. You never know what the next job is going to be, who you're going to connect with.
Dude, you could meet somebody tomorrow that's like, oh, you seem like you'd be good at this. You do this? Yeah.
So apparently, I mean, this. I guess I could plug them. Dynamic Productions is some guy I'm gonna meet tomorrow.
Cool, man.
So, we'll see where that goes.
That's awesome.
So he does a bunch of freelance, sort of corporate sort of gigs. So
Corporate is awesome.
we'll see what happens. I mean, I heard their voicemail. They're
Professional.
They sound pretty professional. So.
Man, that's where the money's at.
I used to Photoshop. I got into Photoshop with by taking my friend's head and putting it on somebody else's body. Or more accurately, his dad's head. I would take my friend's dad and Photoshop him into all kinds of shit. And now,
You got to start somewhere.
yeah, now I do it for a corporate thing, and it's fucking, sometimes it's mind-numbing. Like, I don't want to look at the products or write copy anymore. But it's like a fucking nice, steady paycheck.
Yeah.
And I get to be creative. It's not the creative necessarily that I want to be sometimes, but it's still, my boss is receptive because I'm good at my job and framing pictures or whatever. You'll find that job where it's like, this doesn't feel like work when it's a busy day. Some days my job, it's like I'm working my ass off, but I'm enjoying it. Like, I'm moving around layers in Photoshop and editing video and.
I gotta confess, yeah, like with off of what you're saying, like doing sound hungover, it's so.
Dude, doing anything hungover.
Of course, but I'm just saying, like that's when it's just like.
Well, that's the thing too. With that job, it's kind of like there's like a certain party element to it too. Like, of course, like you
gotta also keep.
Yeah, kind of keep like a vibe and fucking, you don't want to get shit hammered, but
Oh, no.
you have a beer
Oh, no.
and
Yeah,
bullshit with the bands, and it's cool.
I've never seen a shit-faced sound man at the Clash Bar.
Oh,
Or was there one?
Yeah, I've seen it a couple of times. I mean, I've been it once. Oh, I was shit hammered at the Clash Bar one time, definitely.
While doing sound?
I mean, not shit hammered.
still able to operate.
Yeah, it was operating. I could run sound. Could I run a car? No.
Yeah. I mean, is there a breathalyzer for like every device?
There's like.
Can I operate a coffee pot right now?
You want to be like at a party venue or Clash Bar specifically, because if you're over a little bit of time, it's all right because everyone's just like
you gotta
on
read
the same
you
team.
read the room.
You know,
there.
you read the room exactly.
Yeah, and you read Bob too.
Mm-hmm.
Like if Bob was standing there, just like not engaged.
Yeah.
It's like,
Don't drink anymore. Time to get this going.
yeah, like get him out of there.
Yeah.
But like when the bar's hopping, the fucking room is hopping. It's like
You go
if they
along
want
with
to
the
play,
vibe.
if they want to play 2 more songs, it's like I'm not even gonna tell them their time. They, you know, they have
they're
2 more.
it's at the end
They're-
of the night
yeah,
anyway.
you could
Like,
tell,
we're cool.
and sometimes too, I could read a band and tell, okay, they're at the end of their shit. They're doing their last like 3 songs.
That's what-
I see what they're doing.
And I see that in multiple places, everything, like, it really all,
Everything
It's
is
like-
reading the room.
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Psychology.
Yeah, no, you gotta.
There even is a lot of psychology to doing, like, what feels right with sound.
Dude,
you know?
there was times where, like this one band, I'm not gonna drop their name, but the girl came up, she's like, it's the beginning of the night. They're the third band.
Hear shit in the monitor.
She goes, could we sound check now? I'm like, well, you could sound check now. I said, but I gotta mix 2 other bands after you, and God only knows if I'm gonna have to rewire the stage twice. So, you could sound check, but it's really gonna be a waste of your time. Well, we really like to. It's like, seriously? Like, you couldn't just do this for like a minute before you play? Like, I know the shit. Like, it'll be okay. Every other band does it. But like, they wanted to, and it's like, but you don't understand. There's no reason to right now. Like, I don't think there's a...
Because you're just gonna change everything.
I'm gonna have to change everything anyway.
Yeah, it's dumb. But what do they have, like a person standing there to like listen to how the sound of the room is?
No,
and
it's
shit,
just
or-
for them.
If it's just for them, that's what's weird. But if they have wireless stuff, like the higher, you know what I mean?
They-
But like
they had
when
just-
it's like
All
right,
shit that
that's what you're used
I'm
to, I
miking
can-
and
I can
plugging
tailor
in
to it,
the
but,
normal
like,
way.
Yeah, all right. And
Like-
if they're only on stage and that's just what they want to hear through the monitors, it's like that can be done real quick. You have no idea.
Yeah.
I got a good
Figure it
one. What was the weirdest instrument you had to either mic or plug in at the Clash Bar?
At the Clash Bar.
Question.
No, I mean
Any,
at Debonair I had
just
some
in
weird
general.
shit.
Like what?
Actually, Clash Bar I had to mic up. This dude had he had like 6,000 pedals, and one of them I had to get a Y cable, which is like the splitter, to his like Popstar mic that also went down through his cape and then to his guitar.
Cape! Holy shit!
You buried the lead, Dylan, you
Yeah,
son of a bitch!
I've seen some
Cape is
shit.
where you start.
I've seen some shit. And then that went to his guitar. That was guitar and loud as fuck. He had a full stack and then a full stack on top of that stack.
Right.
And then and then
How big was this room? This was Clash Bar?
this was Clash.
Oh my god.
They were just as loud, if not louder, than the hardcore bands, and I still had a little bit of vocal headroom. Just was there, but I was pretty maxed out on like everything that I'm
You were
pushing.
hitting the tape?
Yeah, and then some,
But you guys didn't make like any cellos or
But
theremins
since he had that Popstar mic, I can push that gain if I needed to.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, and then he still had control over that because it was all in his one unit. Crazy, and he had two.
Was he in a
two
band or he was just?
Yeah, no, full band. I was
Oh, he was a full band,
Two
okay.
keyboardists. One I'm sure is guitarist. So
There was a guitarist at the Clash Bar?
two of them
Yeah, well,
on
we
either
had
side.
the Undead. She was at the Clash
lower
Bar.
end, and then like the solo and guitar, and heavy drummer. It was
Why did
fun.
they make
It was
it?
wild.
Well, I always find that too with bands that they like. It's you don't need a half stack to even play a Clash Bar. Like a half stack's okay. Like that's.
They were pretty awesome.
But I don't know. I feel like it's fucking. You're cutting off your nose to spite your face if your stage volume is so loud that the sound guy has no. has no fucking like. All you could do is go like this and hope, you know, for the best. Crank up the gain, crank up the channel, and be like, that's it. Like, no band should be that loud.
It worked.
Did it?
Worked. But I mean, because like, I would take a bunch of hardcore nights as well, and yeah, they
That's the
definitely-
Meat Locker dudes, dude.
Exactly.
Fucking Dutch Guts. Yeah, they're loud as fuck.
Of course.
But you know what though? They're loud as fuck, but they weren't that. They still weren't that loud. Like I didn't feel like I was pushing the PA with them. The one girl got pissed at me from the one band. I forget what band. It was like one of those nights, and she I couldn't make her loud enough, no matter what I did.
You just EQ the speakers and see which you can on the Behringer one at Clash Bar. I don't know which one you're using, but you could just like see where she's coming in on the EQ, and then just
Oh yeah,
raise a little
I
bit
was
of that.
fucking tweaking that shit and everything, but even still, it. I mean, I could
Tell her
hear.
to yell louder.
Well, I could hear her fine.
Right.
I guess her mix.
Oh, in her
their,
monitor, right?
Their
Yeah.
stage volume was so loud that she didn't think anybody could hear her. And then there was also too the mic problem that always happens
No, you gotta
because the
bring your
hard.
own cables.
Yeah, the hardcore bands just
To
rip
the
that shit right out.
To the
and then-
shit ass, you know, like when it's venues that's like, you know, Meat Locker and such.
I
it's
always.
just-
Well,
you
yeah, no,
gotta
but it
just
was
bring
Clash
your
Bar.
own.
But even still, it's like.
Clash Bar has good cables,
And
but they
bad
also
cables.
bad cables.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta find the medium.
Well, no, I would bring I brought my own.
Yeah, you did.
everything.
That's why I liked you.
My
You're a professional.
red bag.
You're not dealing with that bullshit.
Right?
No.
Yeah, because some of those mic cables had seen better days. But mic cables are pains in the ass.
Well, especially they get
anyway.
used and abused. It's,
Yeah.
It's not like it's a church band where they'll fucking last for 100
Yeah.
years. Like nobody's rocking out
And
with that shit. Like
when you got
ripping it
assholes
out.
like me running around with
Yeah.
it folded in.
Yeah, fucking wrapping it around your fist and yelling like Danzig. Like
That was exactly my act. And
they have a very finite life.
before I perform, I go like this to a poster of Danzig over my bed. Every performance. And then I'd watch the video of him getting punched in the face by that dude because like he gets knocked down, but he gets up again.
You never gonna keep him down.
Never.
No, that's what that song is about. I
It's-
get knocked out.
It's about
It's
Danzig.
about Danzig. I always thought so.
I have another Clash Bar question that I wanted to raise when Clash Bar closed on this podcast, but I forgot. Who was the most famous person to play the Clash Bar? The best I got is Ted Leo, who was in Ted Leo and the Pharmacist, and he was in this band Chisel, which was sort of a mod group, and they got a little airplay, but...
I think it's me.
Oh, Christ.
No.
See ya. Good night, everybody.
I would say
Ted Leo was the most famous I could think of, and I missed that fucking show.
Menace was pretty
pretty
up
big.
there. I mean, in terms of like legendary and cred, like that's
Yeah.
kind of a big band.
But was
Electric Frankenstein fucking tours the world.
Oh, yeah.
They're pretty.
When did I fucking
Comparative.
see
I
them?
saw them twice.
I must have saw them at 6 to 8.
I opened for him at Clash and I saw him open for the Damned, and then they introduced me to the Damned. Then I got.
Are they like metally?
Electric Frankenstein's like a punk band.
They're
Yeah.
punk?
Like yeah, I guess they could be metally.
They got shit on the YouTubes, right?
yeah, like
Yep.
fucking 20 albums.
Okay. I'll do my research and come
Electric Frankenstein is a shit. I don't know if you know that, but that's good fucking high energy rock and roll. That's
I
what
don't
they
know. I'm gonna
describe
put that out in the universe of
Yeah.
our audience. Can you think of a more famous band that played the Clash Bar than Ted Leo?
I mean, I could think of famous-ish bands that played there.
There was a band, TV Sound, that played there. They had a song on a Little Steven comp. I don't know how famous that makes you, but
The Undead played there. That
Yeah.
guy was in the Misfits.
There you go. What
um,
was some of the craziest shit that happened at the Clash Bar? Because both of you guys kind of saw
fucking
behind the scenes.
Pink Mask.
Like,
Pink Mask was the craziest thing I ever saw.
I guess
What's
the
that?
Undead-
Pink Mask was a bunch of dudes in like gimp masks.
Yeah?
no.
And
Pink ones?
no, black gimp masks.
Okay.
And they decided to break fluorescent light bulbs over each other.
That was the yeah. I remember that story.
And boy, was I just fucking losing my shit. And Bob's like, "Oh no, it's fine. I'll clean it up." Bob, like, could they not hit it? What pissed me off is that
It almost went toward the people.
it was
right?
going towards the people. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were on the stage and hitting it boom, and then the fucking pieces of glass are flying towards the crowd. If they did it the other way, towards the mirrors, it's fine. It's a light bulb. It's broken glass. It's not gonna shatter the mirror.
Right.
But I was getting bugged out. Like somebody's gonna get glass in their eye. Like this is gonna be over. I was like losing my fucking mind at it. I think I got like 10 gray hairs.
Which raises the question: have you guys ever seen Bob like yell at somebody?
There was one time where some dude just lit an incense.
Yeah, that was my band.
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah, that was the band Hormones. On stage, my guitar player lit incense. I'm like, dude, he's gonna come tell you to put that out. He's like, yeah, I know. Like,
He wasn't. Yeah.
he wasn't even mad.
generally
He
mad.
came up to me. He's like, I'm not even mad about that or anything. He's like, it's just because the fire alarm will go
Yeah,
off when the fire department comes. It's like it's a whole thing. He's like, I didn't want that to
So
happen.
even yeah,
He wasn't mad. He didn't care really. Like if he had his way, we'd all be fucking smoking cigarettes in there probably.
right.
Like old school, like that's how bars were when he fucking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you guys, your generation has no idea what a smoky bar looks like. Oh my god. It's
probably
awful.
better for you.
You leave smelling. I smell cigarettes and all I smell is shit right now. Like,
Yeah.
It's just gross. Why did I do that? Yeah. Anyway, sidetracking. See, that's the thing about Bob. Like, I'd never really seen it. I mean, were you there for the window breaking or the?
No, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there was a window breaking.
There were a couple window.
There was a window
okay.
breaking probably when you were like 17 or 16.
Okay.
That was what the fuck was the name of the band? It was. They were like a death rock, like horror punk band, kinda, and they broke the glass. We were supposed to play there with them like the next or 2 months later, and the show got canceled because the one before that they broke the fucking the stage.
Behind the glass behind where it's
Yeah, like somebody
below where it
threw
says
a
glass bar.
guitar into it and it like shattered.
Why the fuck would they do that?
Somebody was in a bad mood, and I can't remember the name of the band now.
So did like Bob like freak out on the guy?
I don't know. I wasn't there. But
Oh.
he was pissed about that. But which glass breaking story do you have?
I mean, it's not even much of a story. I
Was that the one where
It was
Bastard
just-
chased the guy down?
Yeah.
You were there for that?
I was there for that.
Yeah.
That was just kind of silly. Really?
They remodeled the bathroom
true.
fucking like 50 times in there.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah. Even on the last.
Yeah,
month.
that last month
Yeah.
they had the bathroom.
Yeah.
They had I Hate God in there, right, or something like
I
that.
think, yeah.
Or was
yeah,
it
that must be it.
It was the singer of I Hate God with a different band, maybe. But maybe it was I Hate God. I forget. But
pretty
that
sure
might be
it was.
that might be the most famous band that was in there. I think, like in terms of. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say.
On the last night, I don't know if you know Danny Tamarelli from
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah, he lives in fucking
Wyckoff, right?
Wyckoff. Yeah, he used to work at Goldberg's Bagels, dude.
I don't
On the 17. Danny
Oh, yeah.
Tamborelli from Pete and Pete.
all that.
Oh.
Pete and Pete.
I mean, all that, yeah, but Pete and Pete was like the precursor.
Wasn't Iggy Pop?
And Mighty Ducks
Yeah.
and all that.
Iggy Pop was on there? Yeah.
He was like on an episode or something.
On
Did that not happen? I thought that was a thing.
On the last night, I know what was interesting to just see was I've never seen, because I've been like working at Clash Bar for a year and so, but not as haven't been there when you were there. And when I was younger, I was there to just like watch the shows, but I didn't really catch a whole lot. I wasn't so involved, but I would see what I would see, and I think Bob just kind of recognized me from face when I came back. I guess just trying to work and whatever, but like, I haven't seen all the different crazy shenanigans, but I worked all the time when I did work that year and stuff. But I know at the end it was so crowded that like we fogged up the mirrors with just the body heat.
Wow.
That was the,
To the full.
Angry Pirates.
Angry Pirates, The Schwim, Fat Chance, and Danny
I like-
Tamarelli's band.
I like the Angry Pirates.
Yeah, they're great.
They're fun.
They're great.
I'm gonna make one of those fucking platforms. I swear to fucking God.
Yeah, that's so sick.
Did you see the platform from the Angry Pirates? No, this is like
Joust, that's it. That's his band.
There's like this wooden box, and it's got like a blue light underneath, and you stand on it, and you kind of.
I never saw that chick play with that before. Angry Pirates, I mixed them before. I don't think.
It was. I had video of it, and I used it in one of the episodes of Greetings.
That was after I mixed them. I probably mixed them like two or 3 years ago. I think.
You mixed them?
Angry Pirates at Clash Bar, yeah, like when they played.
Oh.
Maybe it was 2 years ago. I don't know. It was a
I like
while
them.
ago.
Yeah, on the
A
popular
live
side.
show, I thought.
Yeah, but
I'm pretty sure I did sound for them one time.
Huh? Alright.
Maybe I didn't. I don't know.
Must have been a fun, energetic night. You know,
I definitely
just
saw
went
it.
out and
Or maybe you were running sound
Crazy.
and I was just bullshitting with you. But I don't think
Perhaps.
she had a box that was like a blue light. I would have remembered that.
Yeah.
It was some kind of light.
It's pretty
it might have
recent.
been blue, that sounds familiar. But it might
think it
have
was
been
blue.
like a regular
I don't know. I looked at clips of it for like forever because I was
light.
editing
Whatever.
that.
There's a lot of lights going on too.
But yeah, but it was this cool platform. All the singers are like, "Oh, I want one," you know.
I know where the sign is.
They go with that. Yeah, where's the sign?
Oh, I
What's
heard
that?
the sign.
I know the guy who has the sign.
You know that guy.
That's my friend.
That guy not only
The
has
full
that
sign?
sign, he has another sign.
I heard he's collecting signs.
Is this
Yeah, well, it's not in the hush hush. I mean, he made a deal with Bob, and then he had to make a deal with somebody else to fucking take it down. But yeah, I thought of going there and just stealing it, but I'm like, I don't have like a power drill.
yeah.
And the guys that did it apparently did it very professionally and kept
Yeah.
all the electronics intact. I would have just hung from the C and then just got that. And then like, you know what? I want the A with the star in it too. And then I would have just hung on that. And then I would just have Ka. And I'd be like, fuck it, I'm tired. Just load that shit in my car. I'm going home. Somebody else could have Lash.
You're gonna do it.
BR.
Okay. Anyway.
Did either of you guys meet the new guy?
No, did you?
Briefly.
I think I talked to him at the club the Alexa night. I think he talked. He was asking me questions
Yeah.
about the crowd and stuff. I don't know. I guess he thought I was like worked there, and we were like, no, that guy's just emceeing for the fucking.
I can't wait to go in and tell him this is where I OD'd.
Oh fuck! That night, I forgot to tell you this. That night, 2 different kids thought I was the guy behind the Clash bar. And the second one, I was like, yeah, I'm considering it, but I'm really like cash light right now. You know, I got a liquid, you know, and this kid was like, because I was wearing a dumb suit and I was on the stage, so they just assume, you know, I don't know.
That's the new guy. It's like wrestling. He's gonna come out. The new owner is gonna come out and take control from the old owner. Bob, you're out of business.
Do I get to give him the stunner? Do I give Bob the
This is the
stunner?
Jim Cook era.
If you get the stunner 10 years later, you could be president.
Yeah.
Nice.
10 years later, Bob.
I'm gonna give Bob the stunner.
Bob should be president.
Yeah, that would be the best president ever.
Right? He would.
Oh god.
He's so
What do you think of gun control?
I mean, if you keep it under control, it's fine.
You know, and there were nights like where he just would not take money from me, and I just like fuck you, and I left like.
I would always just
$20
put it in
bill.
his underwear.
Oh, you put it in his underwear. But he would like, you know, if I just fucking MC'd, and I wasn't even drinking that much in those days, and it just the sodas, and I'm like, you know, here, take this. He's like, no. So I'd like leave a 20 when he'd turn his back. I'm like, okay, that covers me for this.
But Bob was the best boss ever in terms of even whether I was playing there or whether I was like working there as sound guy, because it's like if you entertained him, like it was like he liked having me around, because I would always. I started like, I would become like an angry sound guy. It became like a gimmick almost, where I'd be like, get this fucking shit out of the fucking way! And it became like a thing, like, oh yeah, this place rules, but the sound guy's like a fucking nut. So just don't put shit in front of the booth. I would fucking just go and scream at the bands, whose fucking shit is this? Get it the fuck out of the way! Start yelling at everybody. People were like, alright. They would move their shit.
Oh, is that why? Because anytime I go to room, like, I'd just be like, I need room, guys. Like, what is this?
See, he started doing.
No, I would ask him a question. I go, do you know what's behind that? That's the soundboard. Do you see all this shit stacked up here? How the fuck am I gonna mix sound? Because I'm not fucking climbing over it. So get it the fuck out of the way. I would just yell. I would yell at anybody. I didn't give a fuck who. If it was a big tatted up guy, oh, sorry, man. And he would move it out of the way. It's like, I got a job to do. You're fucking impeding it. Do you want to play? You just dig into it, man. And some bands are like, all right, chill. And then like the bands that like didn't get emotional about it, like they're all right, you know, like
yeah, of course.
They get it. They realize I'm kind of half fucking around. The bands that would get like all like pissy and upset, I would like go up like, hey, what do you guys need them like 3 mics or like I would be all chill. They're like,
super.
I'm like, guys, I was just kind of fucking with you before, but like seriously, don't put your shit in front of the sound booth. You know, like it's common sense. Like don't block this door, don't block that door, because that's where the cables are. Oh, okay. You know, I could have just said that. I don't have to say that. I shouldn't have to say it. It's like, look around a room, like read a room. It's common sense.
So I guess you guys were relieved when regulars would come here and just put their shit in the stage back, and they already knew, or they already
know.
They had the spot.
Yeah.
Plus, you know what? Like, I liked and I didn't like a little bit how like the lighting board was across the room a little bit.
Yeah, I wish it was right under.
Of course. But I would always, or on the bigger nights, and I would know when there would be a bigger night. I would just kind of like figure it out through the Facebook pages and whatever. But I would bring the flashlight, and then I would just shine it on the floor, or even like around like shoulder length, and people would just turn around like, what the light? And then I would be like, excuse me, because now they'll hear me.
Yeah,
they're alerted. So
that's a good
really
way to do that.
simple to just
Isn't
walk
it so
through.
diplomatic?
Yeah, no, I just fucking run through. I gotta get to the fucking lighting board. Get the fuck out of the way. Just
Because
pushing
it wastes
away
more
bodies.
time. It wastes more time to do that.
Yeah.
But if you hold an arm up and you have the light shining on
Yeah,
people, they're gonna just immediately
Like,
turn
what
and
the
see
fuck?
it, and then you can shout to get that extra scent, like that.
Yeah, because their
second
ear
sense.
is turned towards you.
Toward-
Yeah, that's it.
That's brilliant.
That's brilliant.
It's brilliant.
Brilliant fucking
I
man.
just, you know, every time I think of how I want to do it better, just because it locks me into a certain zone. I realize sometimes when I go to class just to hang out, I feel, or any venue, I feel a little like, you know, a little shy. I'm a shy dude, a little bit by nature, you know, like awkward and anxious and whatever. But like when I'm like working or something, I can be really focused on that if I want. And then when I feel everything under control, which is usually pretty quickly, like when people are having fun and everything's going on, and if there's that interaction, I have a good attitude, I immediately can like juggle that so well, and it's really fun to do that.
Awesome, man. I think Paul just looks for an excuse to yell at people. That's all it was.
Well, if you need to.
Well, no, it was also
like, I can't
Bob.
wait for people
But the best part is Bob. I went up one time and like, oh, I'm sorry, Bob. You know, they pissed me off. He's like, whatever.
Yeah.
He thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was like entertaining. It's like, wow, this guy's, you know, he does a good job like mixing the bands or whatever, but he's kind of a fucking nut, and it kind of gets people just to talk like, oh, that guy, he's a little nuts, like. You know, they'll come up. It makes them want to drink. You know, when the sound guy is like that,
Because it makes them so nervous.
yeah, they're just like, oh fuck.
Now our set's gonna suck.
Yeah, we're getting shit hammered. No, I think about that too, though. Like, even
We all have our tactics.
like I do stand-up comedy sometimes, and I went to see a comic. I went to see Kevin Brennan, and the guy before him was just like eating shit, and like people were heckling him. And my girlfriend was like looking at me. She's like, how are you not reacting to this? Like, it's like this is like your thing. Like you could be. It's like, but it's his time. It's like when I go to a venue and I feel the same way. I'm just like, I kind of like to see like, how do they run shit? How does their sound guy like behave and like, because the normal person that walks in, like, you don't walk into a venue and think, oh, how are the gears gonna turn? But it's like you're looking for the man behind the curtain, like the Wizard of Oz, like. You're already let in on the secret. You know how this all works. Like, it's not a surprise when you go to a show and it's like, oh, there's a 30-minute time before this band, you know, sets up. And some people go to concerts and they think it's going to be like 1, 2, 3.
Oh, really?
You know?
No, it's
People that just people that get into a band and go see them at like White Eagle Hall.
Okay.
They don't expect that they're going to be waiting around till like 10 o'clock to see the headlining band. Like, they don't understand the way a night works.
Okay.
Period. Like, there's people that are like, oh, I'm leaving after the third song because it's like I have to get home to my kids. It's like, you ever been to a concert?
Yeah,
like,
right.
I'm not gonna exactly leave.
You got to figure like Clash Bar was 40-minute sets, 15 minutes to set up. So you're basically okay. We're on third, so we're probably aren't.
I always tried
So
to
that's the
minimize the.
Well, then you have to add an extra half hour because of shenanigans from
Right.
just like
Yeah. Like
well, what
Pat,
the-
yeah.
Well, that was my thing. Was I was like a fucking drill sergeant with the bands, and there was never like some nights I would get the thing. I'm like, who the fuck books 6 bands from 8:30 to fucking 1 o'clock at like? Are you kidding me?
Ooh, I
Oh no, they
think I
play
know what
22.
show that was.
They play 22-minute sets. You're goddamn right they do.
Yeah.
I was like sitting there like, all right, that's it.
Last
You're out.
song.
Last song, yeah, like, come on. And the night ended at 1 o'clock in the morning. I mean, like, it was when it was supposed to end, but that was like a constant. And then everybody brings their 6 drum sets. Like, it's like, why? Can't you share?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I love that, the house drum set. I get it too. If you're,
Well, I always help if they need to change, swap out.
yeah.
I'll be like, all right, just like that's next on deck. Like put it in the like the baseball. You know,
All right,
like,
yeah.
next up.
This raises an interesting band question.
I'll help you.
I used to do these like MC these hoof down shows, and there was this asshole like retired guy who like bought this like mega set because he's like rich, and he took 40 minutes to set up his fucking drum set at this show, and I was like, what the fuck? But my
How many
question
people
is,
did he
I have
bring?
a flip story with
oh my god, like maybe half the crowd. It was like Sunday afternoon.
But how many people is half the crowd? That could be 4 people if it's a crowd of 8.
10, 12.
Okay.
You know, like not a lot.
Okay.
Not 20 is usually the measure of a good night for a band. I think if a band can bring 20, they're great. Or they have a lot of friends. Well, 50. I don't know.
20 is decent.
50's my magic number. That's what I shoot for.
But my point is, wait, what was my point? I don't even.
A guy
know.
took 40 minutes to set up his drums.
Oh yeah, no. The other question is, like a long time ago, we used to play this dumb club up near the bridge. Images, and you'd have to set up your drums, and then I was playing with this band Term 4, and I guess we were playing with 6 to 8, and Mike at the time got upset because my drummer, who'd never played with he never played live before, was really nervous using somebody else's set, and it was like, oh, bad etiquette. So where's the line between somebody needing their own equipment and, you know, for the good of the show? Like, where do you weigh in? Like, because I kind of felt for this dude because it was his first show.
It's one of those things.
But not the guy who said it 45 minutes.
It's one of those things where you just deal with it. Like, that, if that's the circumstance, sometimes you just have to make lemonade out of lemons. Like,
Sure. Well, yeah, I guess for the night, but like, I don't know. Like, at the same time, like, I used to think like, all right, it's like, that's like their lightsaber, you know, that's their drum set. But then when you look at the practicalness of it, and like the Clash Bar doesn't have a lot of room for fucking 4 drum sets.
that's true, yeah.
So the whole thing is fucking ridiculous. And now with the internet, it's very easy to get a hold.
Yeah.
And the one thing the band should do for venues, if you're listening, is have one page on Facebook for all of it.
No,
So
everybody make your own pages. It makes it way more confusing and way more hilarious. When there's an event, I like when there's 4 of them. That way, I don't ever miss it. What was your
the times are
But
different on each
interested in
one.
all
What was your story?
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, the reverse of that.
The reverse of that. There was this band that I guess had like a bigger venue that I guess they were the opener for. They're a touring band, so they're from, I don't know, who cares? And they brought everything. Mics on the drums and everything.
Holy
They
shit.
brought their own sound guy. They brought their own shit. They set
They
it up
just
in the room.
went stereo out to the fucking board, basically.
Exactly. And
That's
the guy on the
genius.
iPad and everything, and I was like, okay, you know, I guess I could give you guys like, could you do this in like 10, 15 minutes? It's like, yeah. And yeah, like they really did it in like 10, 15 minutes, and they're ready to go with everything mic'd, everything set up, their tracks, their whole thing.
There was a band, I forget what they were
but
called.
they
Red
had nobody
something.
in there.
There was a band, Red Something,
Nobody needed to see
that was like the same. I forget what they were called, but it was like the same kind of thing they did, and it wasn't the kind of music that I would listen to, but I thought that they did it well. Like,
Yeah, when you have to take that venue, or you have to take something because the show dropped just because it can help you get to the next place. Like, all right, like this is like a rehearsal for this place. Like, I get it.
I never try to approach a gig like that, even if it's like, there's gonna be 8 people here tonight. Sometimes there's been nights.
They don't know, I guess.
Well, there's been nights I always try to give 100%.
Of course.
Some nights maybe I've given 85. Some nights maybe I've given 110, given more than myself.
By definition, that's impossible.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. It's like somebody. Every time we play, somebody always comes up, even if it's a sound guy, is like, I can tell when somebody's bullshitting me, or like if they actually listen to what I was saying. Like if they come up, I like the Ghostbusters song. Okay, they were paying attention. Like there's enough of that. Like I don't know. I don't feel like I'm being bullshitted. I've never walked away from a gig, even if it's like 2 people, where they didn't stay and watch. Like I don't know. At my worst, I probably drew like 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's my friends and like the other bands and like 2 random people. But I always did okay. Like, I put my all into it, and the people that were there and that were there to have a good time, like, realized it. And I think that's an important thing. Like, I don't ever want to see somebody half-ass it. That pisses me off as a sound guy. If I see the band is like fucking up Blink-182. Like shit, like Green. If you're fucking up covers in Green Day, then I'm just like, fuck it. Here you go.
Set and forget.
Here, your girlfriend's gonna take pictures. I'm gonna go fucking sit at the bar and talk to Bob.
Just get a good mix after a couple songs when you're here.
And that pisses me off because it's like,
take a break, come back.
That's not what I'm supposed to be doing. But you're so disengaging at what you're doing that it's not at all interesting and it's not at all rehearsed, and you should be in your basement. That I just check out, and that's fucked up. But it's an honest fucking thing. Like I got so frustrated with that sometimes, and it's like, and then watching too, like they'll play and then they go home, and then like a great cover band goes on after a shitty cover band, and it's like they didn't even watch. It's like these kids could have learned something from these guys playing this shit right, and instead they just went home to fuck their girlfriend who just took pictures of them from right here in front of the stage, because if you move back, there's nobody fucking standing there because nobody cares. Yeah. But I have to care because that's my job, is to mix this.
Yep.
It's a struggle.
How often did that happen?
I would say once a month. I felt truly, but that's not bad. If I was
as
doing
a local venue as Clash Bar.
It was only open 2 days a week, and I was usually working 1 or 2 days of the weekend. I would work Friday or Friday-Saturday, depending on if Jay, the other sound guy at the time, or I think that was it. It was me and Jay. We were kind of like juggling it.
Okay.
And that's around the time I moved to Clifton, and I started running into you far more often.
Yeah. So like.
Yeah, because
I
it was
don't
either
know.
Bazzer or you.
I would say if I booked 6 nights, there would be 1, maybe 2 bands that like, it's like, what the fuck are these people doing? Like this isn't this. There's no reason for this to be in front of an audience yet.
Right.
Like, they should have just chilled. But like,
They
need to hit. And that's true though. But I think sometimes you need to hit that.
Sometimes you got to do that and realize. Sometimes you do it and don't realize it, and that's the worst. Is like when it's the next month and like that same band is back, and they have different members and they sound worse, and it's like,
you should have learned this.
What the fuck are you doing? Like,
maybe you'll know this now, but if you come back again, that's when you know you're oblivious.
Do you think there's a degree of like just casual hobbyists that would play the Clash Bar that just really don't care? I mean,
yeah, but that's not who I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
It's
You're
like,
talking about serious
I'm
bands
talking
with
about
logos
people
and
that,
shirts and-
if you're a casual hobbyist, I'm a casual hobbyist. It's pretty fucking obvious I'm a casual hobbyist. I fuck up my songs on stage. I make fucked up jokes. Like, I'm not there to fucking prove that I'm the next Jeff Buckley, okay? You know what I mean? Like, I'm there to fuck around and kind of make everybody laugh and make everybody have a good night. I don't give a shit about being musically fucking sound. Do I want to sound good? Yeah. Do I rehearse? Yeah. Do I fuck up? Absolutely. But it's like people that go and take themselves way too fucking seriously. Like, you know, it's like you could be a gearhead and have all this great gear, but if you can't play and make it sound fucking good, you have
That's kinda what I
a
was talking about with
$3,000
it, yeah.
fucking rock that you're carrying around with you. Like,
That's what I'm talking about with this guy in this drum set. Like, it was just ridiculous. Like, it was obviously, he had more money than talent.
that happens, man.
But, you know, I mean, who am I to say how he spends his money? But it was fucking ridiculous for the venue. It was like this little VFW hall, and this drum set had like multiple toms and multiple cymbals. It was like,
You need the roto toms.
and it wasn't like they were doing prog rock. I think they were doing. You would have been annoyed. They were doing like classic rock covers, like "Smoke on the Water" and shit.
Oh, I would have loved that.
Yeah. You would have been. Oh! It's all over your stuff.
Who's your favorite band?
At that point, just put the strobe on the whole show. Like their whole set, just strobe their whole set.
Were you the sound guy?
who's your
Were
favorite
you the sound guy
band?
for the Cult of Contempt August event where Santos was in drag? Were you there for that?
Keep in mind, I've only been there for like a year and I guess a half.
Yeah, it was in August. So
Alright,
I don't
so that
remember
would
who
be
the sound guy
sensible.
was.
Yeah, we had a guy dressed as a woman.
We had a guy dressed as Divine. And,
It might because like definitely August I was taking like week after week. I think. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe not. Maybe I was busy with
No, I think it
Among
was
the
the other
gigs.
guy
was it the
Must
other
have
guy?
been.
with the long hair and Wefton.
Yeah.
Wafton, yeah.
Wefton.
Oh, the guy who stood us up?
But yeah, and
The guy who was on the Ryan, you mean?
Wesley.
there's also
Oh,
Ryan.
Wesley.
Yeah,
Oh,
Ryan.
I think I kept saying Wesley,
Yeah.
like Mr.
You
Belvedere.
fucking. Oh, it's almost like a rite of passage to be a sound guy at the Clash Bar and have him bust your balls.
Yeah, about whatever famous name you have.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like if you're Dylan, you son of a bitch. If you're Wes, you're Wesley. Like Mr. Belvedere, which is a show you don't know what that is, but it's from the 80s. And
there was a butler.
if you're Jason, you're Jason! Like Jason Voorhees, you know? Jason! Like Corey Feldman says it in,
Oh yeah.
Jason!
Was that 2? Is that 2? I think
no,
that's
Corey
2.
Feldman's like 6.
No. He's in episode 2.
6.
Oh, he was in 6.
Yeah, 2, he
I
was
thought
not.
he was like a little kid in a
he was-
raincoat at the beginning.
No,
right?
he's in like
I
4
thought that
or
was-
5 or 6. He's like later. Who's
At
your
least-
favorite band that you ever
Oh,
mixed
yeah.
over there? Like, what was a band that you don't have like one that a band that you never heard of that you're like, this band is fucking awesome, and you came away like being a fan that.
You know what's so bad? Like, and you need this too to be like a sound guy. Like, just on the spot, you asking me, forgetting their name, forgetting who, what's going on, forgetting it. You know. But if like this was off or something, and the microphones, I'd be like, oh, it's this, you know, but I can't think of it right. I just can't.
right.
And I was like, oh, just think. No, I don't know. But like top, then I'll just go like, I really do like mixing and hanging out with the Angry Pirates. I really do like mixing, and I really love hanging out with the Schwam.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
That's the shit, man.
like
Those are
they've given me a lot too.
Yeah.
You know, and working for them and being friends with them is like so awesome and rewarding.
They got
so,
the other dude
big
now
shouts to
from
the
is
Schwam,
it
for
the
sure.
guy from Surprise at a Century in that.
Oh
too?
yeah, I actually played bass a little like.
Are you
at the
like
time,
yeah,
so-
yeah, I saw that.
What is his name? Cyan or whatever? Like
Sean.
Sean, right.
Yeah.
But I guess on Facebook, yeah.
Is that how he spells Sean?
Sean.
S-I-A-N?
No.
No.
That's what it is on the. I don't know. Maybe I'm.
Oh,
Maybe
think
I
it's-
always like those dudes.
Sean.
That was a
Anyway,
band that like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a band I ended up mixing. That like I never heard of these guys before.
Right,
They were
you're like,
they were
wow.
fucking awesome. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, Surprise of the Century is great too. Yeah. All these Fat Chance, I love.
Yeah.
I literally listen to them
Well,
on the way over.
Nice.
You know, they're awesome.
The concept of the Surprise of the Century was you never know who's going to be in the band, I think. Like,
That's
did they, like, work
because
any members?
yeah, that's because you know shit sort of happens with like how serious are we gonna like go be involved with it sometimes? Because I was talking with Sean, and it was like a little bit like of that of just like trying to gather the schedules and trying to like push for it.
That's
How
what
to get it
fucking sucks
matter.
about being.
How to get it to matter.
Yeah,
You know?
I deal
It's
with
like
that
how
now.
much push pull are you gonna be involved with?
I got the 2 guys now that do the acoustic shit, and
Can I get one more?
I don't have one more.
Oh,
I only bought 3. I'm sorry. I don't know. I got the guys that do the acoustic shit, and like doing the full band thing with the rehearsals, and like that's what it is at this point. It's like we've been doing it like 15 years. Like if I'm gonna do it, I have to do it. We have to do this every fucking week or every 2 weeks. We have to get together. We have to make this good. I don't just want to be. We play 2 or 3 times a year, and you know we get through the songs and it's okay. I want it to fucking be like what it should be.
Yeah.
And it's like scheduling. Like when I was in my 20s, it was nobody fucking had anything. It was like, oh yeah, I gotta go to work and then that's it. I'm free. Now it's like everybody's got fucking kids. Everybody's got shit to do.
Yep.
Getting older, just I got a house. Like I gotta make sure I pay my mortgage. Like everybody's
Let's play a
priorities. Fucking. That's the thing. It's like the show is just gonna lose us money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it is what it is. Like, the scheduling kills me.
That's why I'm kind of done performing live, and I just want to get musicians in their free time, and I'm working with a couple different producers to mix and record. I may need you, but you know, like,
$1 million.
and to just make videos and then put the shit out there. I'm a darling on Reverb Nation. It probably doesn't mean anything, but I'm a darling on there.
What does
I
it
have like get this, Paul, 5 fans.
5 fans.
I'm giddy as fuck. I have 5 fans, man.
Wow.
And some of them are from foreign lands. I'm gonna get like gigs in Italy. There's a guy in Latin America.
It's just a train ride away, Jim.
I know, right? In that train that goes under the ocean. I gotta get the patent on that, and if anybody tries to build one, then I can sue them. They call them patent trolls. It's a thing. Look it up, Paul.
I know. How do you think I made my nut?
Oh, you're a patent
I'm
troll.
a patent troll.
Do they just pay you on the first cease and desist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anybody have an asshole of the week? It's probably getting.
Or you can do a hero of the week.
Oh, the one last thing to put a close on the Bob thing. Like the one cool thing about Bob was, here's a guy who owned the club, ran the bar, but actually listened to the bands. Like he would actually.
Oh, he'd give you
me
good feedback too, yeah.
all the time, and like I was supposed to like that August gig I was talking about. That was like I panicked that I found out the Clash Bar was closing, so I wanted to book a gig as soon as possible. And I said, hey, you want a spot? I was like, I think the Clash Bar is closing. He's like, yeah. So we just made it a Cult of Contempt event. And then it sort of spun up from there. But, like, Bob was really happy that night. And just kind of, that was the longest conversation I ever had with him. And he was telling me what he liked about my cover band, which is like, it's like a real band. It's not like a cover band. And he was just always so gracious. And that's kind of cool. Like, you don't get that at Dingbats or Connections, or you never see the owners at a lot of these clubs.
For sure.
But this was like a very unique thing, and I miss it.
You see Mick Foley over there at Dingbats.
Is it there?
That's what he looks like.
Sometimes.
The owner of
I've
Dingbats.
never seen
He looks like
him.
Mankind without the mask.
He got
Cactus Jack.
Yeah.
I used to work at Dingbats.
Did you?
Yeah, but I felt
That
like
board is
leaving at a
enormous.
certain point.
Is that a good board?
Wait, you felt like what?
Felt like leaving at a certain point.
Oh, yeah.
Felt a little awkward.
What was wrong with the place?
This wasn't my vibe after a while.
No.
No.
That's
Kind of vibe?
I always got that even playing there. Like the people that came to see me would rather I would get more people at Clash Bar than I would ever get at Dingbats.
I mean, it's fine. It was fine.
Well,
but
it was a different vibe though. It's like a metal. It's like a metal-y vibe.
Yeah.
That wasn't really my vibe
It's
either.
okay.
And it's fine. But it's for my band. We always did better at the Clash Bar, or we always did better at a place like that was just kind of like a smaller room, I guess. Like Dingbats is like an open, cold fucking place with chains hanging
You know
from
what
the
else?
ceiling.
It's like more of a hallway rather than
It's more of a hallway than
Yeah.
a club, yeah. And
It's not very
I don't know. And the bathrooms are always dirty, and it smelled bad.
That's
like,
what do you fucking? Where do you think you're going? A hotel?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, the Clash Bar never smelled like shit, but Dingbats did. I'm not trying
That's
to.
because Bob kept a classy joint.
That's what I'm saying.
So what is the future of the Clash Bar? Do we know?
Yeah, we should wrap with that.
What is it?
So who knows with this guy, but he did piss off Bob at the end. I was gonna bite my tongue, but I decided to kind of share it because why not? But yeah, no, he was definitely
Yeah, what
saying,
happened?
he was definitely saying like, hey Bob, and he showed Bob his phone and was like, where's this, where's that, like meaning a lava lamp, meaning like this decoration and that, like a clock or something like that. And Bob was like, oh, wait, hold on. There's still plenty of people here. This is my last night. You're drunk as fuck. No tip, no sign of you even gonna pay tonight. And you skipped out on whatever else previous night. I don't know if that's actually true, but that's what I think I interpreted. Point being is just like, it's just kind of like stepping on this. And Bob just being like, dude, you should get out of here. Like, he got riled up. He was like,
Why?
like, could you not?
That's Bob being mad, dude.
He
should get out of here.
explodes. He exploded more than what I was saying.
Yeah.
His voice got a little higher. Zing.
So what? The guy wanted like stuff.
He wanted Bob's paid for stuff. It's not written down. He's really just kind of like very
It's like nickel and diamond.
super entitled, very entitled with certain shit. But I don't know. You know what I will say? I will say, who cares? Let's see.
Yeah.
It's disrespectful. It's shit. But I'll deal with him if he wants me to, there, because I'm gonna look at it like, look, this is a job, but I will care about like where my zone is, because my job or my like where I am matters. Like I'm representing myself.
Right.
So if you
Yeah,
want
by working
a
there, yeah.
sound guy who will like do just like sound and like care about it, I'll work, especially the bands that I like and shit. Like,
Yeah.
hell yeah. But I'm sure there will be a certain point where I'll just be like, look, this just it doesn't feel like Clash. I just loved the
Are
vibe.
they not calling it?
yeah.
Are they not calling it a Clash Bar? Or?
No, he's gonna call it the Hideout.
I know.
I know.
Yeah,
That's not a bad name, I guess.
it's not a bad name. It's not great.
The rumor
but
was
it's
there was going to
okay.
be a country night, and I'm
That's
putting a band together to do some fucking weird ass country.
Shut up.
Let's go. Why do you think I bought that fucking cowboy hat in Vegas, man?
Yeehaw.
I'm fucking doing it. So I'm gonna turn like metal songs and
I
punk songs
thought-
into country songs, like
The
hardcore
rumor-
rockabilly. It's gonna be great.
exactly the rumor I heard was he wanted to do like almost every Wednesday or something like that. I don't know. He wanted to like really like define. I want to do country nights. It's just like, all right, can't fucking bitch.
There are I know a few. One's a very dear friend of mine. His name is Carl. He played on the I'm a Disaster track, and there's a couple guys. Then there's a little bit of a country thing, but sometimes they don't do just country. They do that like that old timey music from that movie, like Oh Brother Where Art Thou? Like this one guy Kevin DeFeo, I know. It's on the bluegrass side, but it's also known as old timey, and but a lot of that rootsy stuff. That's the shit I like. That's like country music. Willie Nelson's country music. Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
I don't like anything '90s. I don't.
Yeah.
Like Garth Brooks. I don't know. I guess he was a good performer, but I don't give a fuck
It's
about
just
that.
pop.
Yeah, right. I mean, like
Country music became pop at some point in the 80s. Like,
exactly. You light up my life and shit like that.
yeah, but they're still good country. I mean, like I like the old school shit, and I like anything in the style of the old school shit. Like, if you play a fucking Britney Spears song like Johnny Cash, like I'm in. I don't care what song it
If
is.
you play
Really.
Britney Spears songs like the way Paul does, I'm in.
Oh, thanks, man.
So, asshole of the week. I feel like an asshole of the week because you sent me music.
Yourself.
You sent me the parts of the new album before you were gonna record the vocals, and there were only like 4 songs on the file, and I thought I had the whole album, and then I was gonna download it. I don't know what's on your fucking new album. I don't have your new album. I'd like to buy one. So I feel like I should know about it before the Evil Expo, and I know some of the
There's
songs.
4 albums. Here, I'll do a cheap plug. I think
Yeah, let's do it.
Are over here.
Cheap plug.
But I think I should know about the record.
Yeah, here. There's 4 of them. So,
But I feel terrible, and I lost your catalog too. I feel terrible.
That's in my Instagram profile. If you go on Paul Mold on Instagram,
I was okay.
you can just
get it
click
there.
that link and every song. You get this one. This has never been on a CD.
But
This
what is civilization? Exactly?
Whoever wins, we lose. That's not even available anymore. It's out of print.
Oh yeah.
That's when the brain is forming in the body during,
Okay.
You know.
I always
when a
wondered what that
fetus-
was. I knew it had something to do with something.
Foetuses, you know.
Okay, that's
This is
great.
Bad Hormones in 3D. Your mom plays bass on it. Read the credits.
Joe Mama.
This is Say What Again. This is our second album. It was
Oh, I had that song. I fuck me.
yeah.
What?
We made a bunch of these back in the day, and I never made them again. So there's more. Buy them at Evil Expo. This is the first album. You can buy that one too at Evil Expo. 4 albums, all fucking 4.
Holy fuck! My mom played bass on this record.
Yeah, your mom played bass on that record.
She's played skin flute too.
Joke's on you. You haven't seen what my anyway.
So yeah, you're right. It is.
There you go. That's all 4. The
That's,
whole shebang.
I have the most scattered of songs of yours.
Yeah, just click
in
my
my
Instagram.
iPod.
Go
Yeah,
to
I'm
Paul
downloading
Mald.
the whole thing.
Go to @PaulMald and
I'm
just
gonna make an
hit the
iPod
link in my
dedicated
profile.
to Paul fucking
It's just
Mall.
my discography. I don't know if anybody's ever clicked it, but it just takes you to a Google Drive with every song.
Well, I
that's
had
out
that
there.
link in an old email of yours, and I tried to pull something because when I did that stupid Baby Yoda bit, I didn't want to use Zombie Holocaust.
Oh, that's a riveting story.
Anyway. Yeah, I'm talking about the process again. Anyway, I'm an asshole.
makes me wanna take Charles Atlas by the
You go first.
in just 7 days.
Well, I'm actually my.
I can make you a man. Sorry, I had to.
You're turning him on.
I know.
I'm flustered.
Literally.
Bunch of slack-jawed fags.
sweet transvestite.
Who's your asshole of the week?
I am my own hero of the week because I got published this week.
Oh,
This
hey,
one's
all right.
the asshole of the week. This
got-
one's his own hero of the
I
week.
got,
All right.
I got
I'm
a
creative.
Big Think article published, and
About
neither
what?
of you liked it on the Facebooker.
I didn't even see it.
I didn't see it either.
Wow.
You're
So
probably shadow banned.
I got contacted by a theoretical physicist in England who was working on a project, and now if I ever go to England, the guy's going to buy me drinks one night, so that's pretty cool. But
Cheerio and
This is his name, Tim Curry.
his name is
Why don't you whack my prick?
Melvin Vopson, Dr. Melvin Vopson, and he came up with a theory that there is no dark matter, but energy is actually information, and it has mass. So that's a very interesting theory that he's come up with. He's got
Energy
some-
is information.
energy and information.
So I tell a toaster all the girls I ever want to bang, and then it'll make it powered to make my toast in the morning.
I think you should stick your dick in there afterwards.
Oh, yeah?
That's gonna work real good for you.
I don't know. Do you concur? Should I stick my dick in the toaster, Dylan? Dylan, you son of a bitch!
That's 5 times.
How dare you?
Anyway, I'm
How
done.
dare you waste one?
So check it out on Big Think. That was the top article all today.
We got big fucking hitters in here.
Number 1, motherfucker.
Do you have an asshole or a hero of the
It
week?
can be yourself, apparently.
My hero of the week is Bob Clash.
Ooh.
Yay!
That's class right
The
there.
hero of the week!
Classy answer.
It's a clashy answer.
That's a classy answer.
It was definitely a place that definitely felt like home. I really
Yes.
more so fell in love with just the local scene.
Yeah.
You know, I realized like I don't want to, or I didn't want to, still don't want to right away. You know, I was like, I don't want to just jump. Like I want to take the time to slow down and enjoy what I have and what's going on in life for just a little bit before. And it's perfect that this. I mean, it sucks. I fucking dread it that it closed when it closed, but it was also kind of perfect in a way because now it's like, yeah, like I love the local scene. I'm gonna be all involved with it for like a long time. But
Where's it gonna go
Now
from
it's where's it
here?
gonna go from here? You know what I mean? But it allowed me to just like
take it all in and like be a part of it.
Like a
love
crazy
it.
little paying internship.
Exactly.
To get
It's like it was a fun party. It was a brand new family I got involved with, you know, and a paid fun summer camp internship, whatever you want to call it. But it really brought me to like a ground of earth that just made me feel so like I'm taking in this site and I'm a part of it and I love it.
I'm glad I met you over at the Clash Bar. I think you're the man, Dylan.
Dylan's the man.
Dylan's the man.
Not a son of a
dog.
bitch.
Not a son of a bitch.
Not a son.
But we should close with another Dylan, you son of a bitch. For
We
fun.
will. We definitely will. But first, I do have a hero of the week.
Okay.
It's Lloyd Schwartz over at Tech 21 who passed away. Why are you smiling? It's not.
I was smiling because I remember reading all your posts on Facebook
Just
about
busting your balls.
all this time. Oh my god!
No, I wanted to use
This just in. Phil Perry's dead.
This guy, I heard about him for like years from people. Like I play a Tech 21 amp. My friend had one. I know somebody else who got their Sans amp fixed, and it's like they went to this guy and he was like a fucking bearded, like the guru of fucking of like electronics, and he like looks at your shit and he's like, oh, you know. Hey, he like looked at my amp. He was like breaking my balls. He's like, "Oh, you got a piece of paper in here. What is this? Lyrics to your next song?" He like tossed it to me. It was funny as shit. He's like a ball breaker. So I drop off my amp. I go to shake Lloyd's hand. He's like, "I don't want to shake your hand. Nom's coming up. I don't want to get sick." So I'm like, "All right, give him the pound." Like, cool. I met Lloyd. He was fucking cool as shit. Went off to work. Go to pick up my amp. Oh, hey, where's Lloyd? Oh, he's still, it's travel day for Dom. He's not back yet. Okay, whatever. Pay him, thanks. Fucking get home. Dude, like 4 hours later, I see the post. He died.
Oh, shit.
Fucking Lloyd died. He was like the guy at Tech 21, and he fucking died.
Jesus.
But before he died, him and his great team gave me my tone back. Although, I think even if he had passed and I brought it after, his team is great.
Right.
But I'm super fucking bummed because I wanted to get Lloyd on the podcast so bad. And I thought like he would be such a great dude. He fucking designed shit for Geddy Lee. Like he's like a guy that just talking to him.
That sounds like a really interesting
and
guy.
Just being able to fucking bump fists with him one time was like cool. Like I'm glad I didn't wait any longer.
Yeah.
And I was so fucking bummed to hear that he died. It's like a guy I only met for 20 minutes. Don't get me wrong. It's not like it's, you know, my grandfather, but I'm just so bummed. I thought he was such a fucking cool dude, and hey, nobody lives forever. So Lloyd, thank you. You're
Thank
a
you,
fucking
Lloyd.
man.
Maybe you can get somebody else from his team to come on and talk about Lloyd.
I do have one thing to say about our parade of guests, anyway. It seems to be a lot of dudes. We need to find some broads on the show.
Sorry. I don't know.
Chicks don't like to be called broads. You gotta call them babes.
Yeah.
Babes.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
Dylan identifies.
Okay. Just well, congratulations and welcome. We embrace
The beard really threw it.
Yeah.
Right?
Dylan, you're the man. Thank you so much for coming on.
Right.
Maybe next week we'll have a fucking broad.
The one time we invited a broad, she didn't show up.
Yeah, we threw a birthday party for her and everything. Gwen Lopez, we want you
Get
on
your
Cult
ass.
of Contempt.
Get your ass in.
Love you guys.
Hey.
We hope you enjoyed our presentation of Cult of Contempt podcast. If you have any questions or comments, or want to hear your band on the show, just write us at cultofcontemptpodcast@gmail.com. If you'd like to see back episodes of the show, youtube.com/Plan10 Studios, cultofcontempt.org, or right here on Facebook, Cult of Contempt Network. Even check us out on Instagram at Cult of Contempt Podcast. You want to reach Paul? It's at Paul Mauld on Twitter and Instagram, and Paul of the Living Dead on Facebook.com. Phil Perry, the writer, on Instagram, and his Facebook fan page at Phil Perry, the writer. I'm Jim Cook at Jim Cook on Facebook, or Jim Cook Voice Actor on Facebook. You want to get a hold of me directly, jcookvoice@yahoo.com. On behalf of Paul and Phil, I want to thank you for listening. We'll see you next week at 8:15. I'm Jim Cook. Transmission out. Stand by for contact. We hope you enjoyed our presentation of Cult of Contempt podcast. If you have any questions or comments, or want to hear your band on the show, just write us at cultofcontemptpodcast@gmail.com. If you'd like to see back episodes of the show, youtube.com/Plan10 Studios, cultofcontempt.org, or right here on Facebook, Cult of Contempt Network. Even check us out on Instagram at Cult of Contempt Podcast. If you want to reach